To a story you'll only see here on NBC Charlotte. A terrifying night for one Valentine woman sleeping alone in her home when someone broke into her house. This happened last night in the Wyndham neighborhood off Providence Road West. Tonight, the victim recounting the scary details. NBC Charlotte's Richard Devane live at 5. Richard, you just talked to the victim. What a terrifying story this is.
Absolutely correct, Fred. We can tell you that that victim is still shaking even when she started to talk about what happened. Now, police say we're here at the Big Pineville AME Zion Church. This church actually sits right behind, or in front of, if you want to take it for that matter, in front of that subdivision. That subdivision over there is where they say that man hit. That's where he caused that terror for that woman and also for everyone who lives in this area.
What he used to pop up the window.
It was a night Clare Houston will never forget, coming within a few feet of someone who broke into her house on Wyndham Oaks Drive.
I was shaking so bad, and thank the Lord. I'm a heavy believer in the Lord, and I just kept saying, Lord, keep me safe.
Claire's husband was out of town, and she was the only one home, asleep when she heard what sounded like a knock at the door. But thinking it was a delivery man, she didn't answer.
Then, in just about 10 more minutes, I heard something that was quite loud on the back of my house.
Moments later, she realized someone was inside her house.
As I was hearing steps downstairs.
At first, she thought maybe it was her son, and then she realized it wasn't him.
We got a little bit nervous, a lot nervous.
Terrified, she reached for the phone as the intruder continued to wander through her house.
I called 911 and was whispering, and I could hear somebody in the house. Then the next thing I knew, he was coming up the steps about this far from me.
Understandably panicked, she wondered what to do next and also why her alarm didn't go off. Then it did.
All of a sudden, it was almost like a startled, and came bounding down the steps.
By this time, police were at her house, checking inside and out for signs of the would-be burglar. They think he may have escaped into the woods.
The police said they probably were looking for money.
Her husband, Wayne, who rushed back to Charlotte, says he's happy that she's okay. And
I'm going to have the alarm guy come out and make sure my sensors are right.
yeah, and they're also thinking of having cameras installed in the house. We can tell you this much, that some of the neighbors say they saw somebody they didn't recognize just walking up and down the streets yesterday. They didn't think anything of it because a lot of folks walk in that community. They say now they're going to pay a little bit more attention to everyone who's out in the community. At this time, police say they don't have that suspect in custody. They say if anyone has any information, please give them a call. We're here all for Providence Road West. Richard Devane, NBC Charlotte.